You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Chronicans, we have something special coming down the rabbit hole today. As we have promised, we are going to be doing the entire full album reaction to Yesterwynde. Or Yesterwynde, sorry. I am so excited to have this album finally coming down the rabbit hole. We own it, we have not opened it, and I can't wait to be able to listen to it with all of you so that we can listen to it in the car together.
Well said, honey. This is a long time coming. September 20th, when I was actually in the Netherlands, is when Yesterwynde actually came out. We've been waiting to listen to it together in front of the screen for all y'all. You even asked me to come out to a listen party after the Taria Marco concert to listen to this album, but I still said no. So now we're finally here. Let's do it, Nightwish Army. Nightwish Army, Chronicans, thank you so much for being here. And since it's been so long, since it's been almost 4 months already, I'm sure a lot of you have listened to this multiple times, understand the song meanings and all that as well. So we're kind of going to dive into the theme itself a bit more so that we're a bit about as aware as you guys going into this, because I know the last time we did one of the reactions, we were pretty far off on the interpretation. So I wanted to give myself a little bit of help for figuring out what each song is about. So now we have a little write-up for you to see what we're about to get into.
Perfect. Not all those who wander are lost.
Yesterwynde is a fantastical voyage through time, memory, and the better angels of human nature. We're thrilled beyond words to share our reaction to Nightwish's 10th album with all of you.
The term Yesterwynde is a made-up word attributed to Troy Donockley and is meant to be defined as a feeling that cannot be found in any human language.
So there's this thing called the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. It gave Tuomas the idea that if you don't have an English word to describe a certain emotion, you can just make your own, and that's how Yesterwynde came to be. I think that's really cool, and now let's find out the people from Nightwish currently. So we have Tuomas Halopainen on the keyboards, also behind most of the songs. Empu Voronen on the guitars. Floor Jansen on the lead vocals. Troy Donockley doing a whole bunch. The ukulele pipes, the low whistles, guitars, bouzouki, the bodhran, the aerophone, and backup vocals too, and doing the male vocals. So we got Kai Haito on the drums and percussion. We got Jukka Koskinen on the bass. And this time we have the Sepian Orchestra doing all the orchestra and the voices. And we have the Children of Ada choir for during the song of the Children of Ada. And there's also just a children's choir for some of the other songs. So that's all the people behind this masterpiece. There's so many good reviews of this album. I think it's a bit more metal compared to the last two albums too.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
I'm really excited about this. I'm really glad we had that nice rundown of all the current members of Nightwish.
Yes.
Especially if this is your first time to our channel. I'm sure you know who Nightwish is, but it's always nice to hear the names of all the faces behind this glorious album that we're going to listen to today.
Yeah, and first one without Marco since 2002.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Wow.
The first song on Yesterwynde is the title track, Yesterwynde. What is Yesterwynde about? The song Yesterwynde by Nightwish explores themes of connection, longing, and the shared experiences of humanity itself.
Very cool.
That's definitely the theme of this trilogy that they have put together here, because as we remember, endless forms most beautiful and human nature is part of this almost humanity trilogy that they have here.
It really is. I'm really excited to get into Yesterwynde. Old film reel.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's winding up already. Interesting.
I love the layering.
Yeah, not how I thought they were gonna do this. How that ends with that line moving into the next song, it really continues that story as we're about to see what the next song is, An Ocean of Strange Islands. And you just see that last one, on an island of shipless crew. Everyone, we're always talking about just wishing we were heard, wishing we were seen, wishing we were understood, wishing we were a part of something. And also, because this is starting, in my opinion, it almost sounds a little bit like the Bible at the beginning here. Out of the darkness and into the bright light, we carry the ties that we bind to you. And it just feels like that's the start of something new as well, right?
It was very like, even having the choir, the orchestra come in, it was very almost praise and worshipy at the start.
Absolutely.
Definitely got a cathedral feel, even if it's not praise and worshipy, but a cathedral feel to the music.
Yeah.
So very, very cool. I like that beginning. Very contrasting, because you said, I think this is going to be like a heavier album too. And so I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, oh, this is really soft, but I like it. It's up my alley. So I like the soft intro into this album.
Absolutely. And we're jumping into a song that we actually have reacted to with An Ocean of Strange Islands. This is, I think, their longest one. I really liked it the first time we heard it.
Yeah.
Haven't heard it in a long time, though. So ultimately, the song is a meditative reflection on life's journey, full of wonder, melancholy, and the search for meaning in an ever-changing world, as everyone is that strange island. And as you're navigating through all these islands, you get to meet a lot of different things.
You sure do.
All right.
A lot of shipless crews.
You sure do. And that's the magic of Tuamas blending everything in. So here we go. I love this form of the full albums having the lyrics right there too.
Yeah, like a book.
Yeah,
of it.
like a book, storybook, exactly. doing so good right now.
He sure is.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh yeah, here's the groovy time now. Oh, this is sick. It's been a while since you've heard this song. Do you remember it being this
has.
epic?
I remembered this song. This was the one that had the butterfly on the top of the sailboat.
It sure did, yeah.
So like I remember the song, but it's coming back in a lot more epic this time around.
It's moving a lot more than I thought it did at first, actually,
Yeah.
too. So he's hitting a lot of different islands right now, that's for sure.
He really is, and I'm liking the flow of the waves and being on a boat that you feel going through the song, especially now having it connected to that soft beginning, and instead of just going into it, having that soft beginning, and now how it picked up so intensely right afterwards, it definitely
Making them stick out even more.
sticks out, has a lot more of a grandiose feel to it.
I agree. Yeah.
Love that laugh.
Yeah.
What's really cool is this album just came out and Floor did that like crazy witch laugh, and then when we were also just seeing Epica, Simona just did a crazy witch laugh
She sure
as
did.
well this year. So we're getting a lot more of this like kind of cackling style in a lot of like these metal bands that I've kind of been noticing this year,
I
which has
agree.
been kind of cool because I like that cackling kind of witchy vibe.
It's playful yet
It's
confident.
very playful and confident,
Right?
exactly.
And that just exudes, especially out of a Floor and a Simone.
Exactly.
But that also makes you think like how fun these songs would have been live, and hopefully one day they get to perform some of these live too. And like, great song. It feels like it's 3 different songs as well. The way that it transfers between genres in this song.
It sure does.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Nice picking. Everyone feels so diverse in this album.
They really do.
Right? And this is only the second song.
Thomas really went above and beyond to push everyone to those limits.
Yeah, he was having fun with this one. This is the goosebumps. Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Oh, I needed this.
Oh man.
That would have been my island, I hope. And then
And then when Troy
can do this.
This is my island.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful island, isn't it?
Peppers.
God.
Wow.
They're a 6-piece, but they feel like 10.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow, I love so far every single last lyric has really hit me, even if it's like the last semi like phrase there. Like to be a part of your story on these strange islands. For me, what's so exciting about life is when you travel even or just day to day, it's you can become a story for everyone.
Yeah, you can.
And it's really amazing. Like we just went to Mexico and all the stories we became a part of in that little time and how different it felt in that journey and all that
And all the
too.
stories we gained from it as well. It's
Absolutely, right?
little tiny islands that you're sailing between as you're meeting these people through life and creating stories, good or bad, with everyone you meet.
Yeah,
It's such a great song and a great way to put it through. What makes Tuomas one of my favorite like musical creators, composers,
right.
is how well he's able to take something like that marching kind of beat that he had going through, but being able to make it so grandiose and Disney and cinematic and almost anime in a way. Just
Yeah.
like it could be a movie score every single song he writes.
You got that right.
And that's what makes him one of my favorites, because everything's a movie score, so you can really like play into that music video in your head while you're listening to these masterpieces that he
And
creates.
depending on what you're focusing on, it changes the whole mood to the song anyways
Absolutely.
too. Because if you're focusing on the drums compared to even the guitar on this song, you're gonna get a different feel.
Yeah.
And there was about 5, maybe 6 transitions in here that gave me goosebumps. And again, that's what actually took Nightwish to the next level for me, is they're
Hmm.
goosebump inducing, and they sure did it here.
They
So
sure
now
did.
we are on track number 3, and we are doing the Antikythera Mechanism. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I
Okay.
don't believe so.
So the Antikythera Mechanism by Nightwish delves into the intersection of ancient human innovation, cosmic exploration, and the boundless potential of humanity. The song references the Antikythera Mechanism, an ancient Greek device used to track celestial bodies
Mm,
as a symbol of humanity's internal quest for knowledge and the mysteries of the universe, also known as the first analog computer.
yes.
So
So I did know, but I didn't
I'm
remember what it
sure.
was
Yeah,
called.
was so sad.
I'm like, this feels familiar, but I don't want to say yes and then look like I don't.
Well done.
So I'll say no.
That is honesty, and that's what we all want to know, because we were completely off again with the children of Ada, so we wanted to make sure we knew somewhat what we were doing coming into this to give justice to all the studying that Tawamis did to get all this out.
Absolutely.
So now we are at the Antikythera Mechanism. Ooh,
Ethereal. Ghosty.
I like this. Is so groovy though. We're going backwards in time right now. You can feel it. He's taking you there right now.
Sure is. Wow.
Oh, you already want to sing this. Oh, yeah. I love this. Oh, that was so good, boo. like it's working right now. We're literally seeing this mechanism go.
The machine's going.
Yeah. It's activated. We're seeing Leo. You never know where they're gonna go. Oh, they always go harder than I think they will. Leave it at 2 the. Nice, thank you for bringing it back. That was a good one. I really like that one, honestly. And to get this in is really cool, to get this into a metal song, because I know when Tawama said he found out about this mechanism, he just wanted to make sure he could find a way to get it in.
Absolutely.
And I think he gave it justice, honestly.
I think he did too.
I thought that one was really cool, and that you even felt like you were using the mechanism in this song, which I thought was really intriguing, and his ability to just transform you anywhere, but also just to think about what human itself have actually made in the past that we just haven't raveled yet, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that humans have discovered from our ancient ancestors, like the Antikythera mechanism that we haven't unraveled. We don't fully understand how it works or how it came to be, but it just puts us in such an awe. Like Tuama said, he was in such awe from the discovery of this that when he found out about it, that he had to give it justice by making it music. And he made this so steampunky in some ways when
Very
you felt
true.
like you were just in that mechanism
With all the gears in that
going all
mechanism,
around
right?
you.
Yeah, well said. And that was more of the progression that I was more thinking about, because it's even saying from Lucy's prints to those on the moons, and from the moon to the, and it's kind of alluding to how we're going to keep progressing. And then for me, the main thing I was trying to say was, I think there's things that we haven't even got out of the earth
That are still
that
there.
are probably going to show that we were a lot more advanced back in that time than we thought we were too. And that's part of the fun in this investigation too. And I know Tawamas wants you to investigate with these incredible songs as well. That's why you put it there. So now we are on to the next one, The Day Of. And do you remember this one from our reactions?
Off the top of my head, no, I don't actually.
This one was about the fear controlling. If you remember that, and if not, Tuama said the song is about fear mongering and controlling people with fear in general. And you being raised in a religious household definitely know a
Yes.
little bit about that.
I definitely did. I do now that you've brought up the description, I definitely remember this reaction
Yeah.
when we did it, and it was very well done. But yes, I did. There were a lot of things that were said now as a child that now as an adult, I'm like, how did I ever believe that that was a thing? Like,
Right.
it's crazy.
It's
I
the end of
think.
the world tomorrow, y'all.
I
Just the
I
day
was
of.
still afraid. I was afraid of lying because if I lied, hair would grow on my hands and then God would know I was a sinner. That was the one I got all the time.
Right. Okay, so this is the day
Fear
of.
mongering.
Take shelter, skies are humming, Armageddon second coming, war of the worlds, the end of history. Take shelter, floods are rising, the wrath of thunder is drumming, end of days for mankind and for your kin. For those empty moments, fear more, in this grave new world of 84, fast death, last breath, AI to kill us all. Horse waste, covering London, Martians among us, Y2K, horde all aboard, the end is near. We are the innocent jungle, the innocent islands of
Ooh, the Innocent Islands.
too late, gather up, it's the day of victory.
Oh, I just love that green section.
Such a great section.
The big read of today will gallow you, keep you small. Here's a million ropes for the hangman, nightmare cavalcade for the sandman, mind virus, fear of the well-known, keep us safe. Too many for mother, drops will burn, so why bother? A new streak send you back into your cave. Stay away, cover up, fear the words, feeding humanity, hide the unshot guns and the crippled dancing.
Nice drum work too.
Very good.
Yeah.
Love the children's choir.
I agree. I'm glad metal bands use children choirs.
Too late, gather up, it's the day of.
Let's go, man. Ooh. Beautiful.
It's a long road
Oh,
to
wow.
a dream world, all the pain and suffering to feel for. It's there, but yours is an empty summer.
Made up the sun rising, made sense of aquas flying.
Stripped
I
down.
loved that a cappella children's choir. Very well done. It really brings you back into the song because you lose yourself right before that in that music.
You sure
And it
do.
really pulls you into that lull. And then as soon as it's just the children's choir, it's stripped down, it goes that a cappella, brings you back in while staying on that same beat.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the drums just
Brings it
silently
back in.
brings it back in at that exact same rhythm and then back into that lull again, but awake.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Very well said, and I have something to say to that at the very end of this because that's the whole theme in my mind is what you were just alluding to.
Time for another fear made real. A need to feel, drag them all. A lust for never-ending newborn. A man-shaped evil walks among us. Stay awake, cover up. Fear the wilds, the thief, feeding you beast. Hide the unshot guns, the end is fear. We are the ill-starred kids of your
I truly mean this as we're about to jump into Perfume of the Timeless, which is an incredible song.
Yes.
We've definitely reacted to that one already as it's just an amazing one. But the day of, and what I wanted to allude to what you were talking about when they went a cappella,
Yeah.
this whole time I was thinking, Tuamus is like an angel bringing us a vision that we experience through his music.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
that's what makes you transform into this complete, almost comatose state of this meditation when listening. And then, like you said, once the a cappella came on, you then really heard what they were saying. And then in the day of, we're trying to these unchanged islands that I forgot
The
exactly.
innocent islands
The
of the
innocent
children.
islands, that's who we should be listening to, not those islands that have become jaded or corrupted from all this fear mongering. So I think it's just a really good idea that they're talking about there too, because too often we talk too much about the rumors of war and stuff like that, and
The
not
rumors that we hear of all these things that are happening, and yes, these things could very well be happening, but when it gets overblown, it's like that telephone game we played as children.
yeah.
Someone says one thing, but by the time it goes through everyone else, it comes back. It's completely changed and different and distorted. And the thing, I remember this music video because you asked me before we had the song, hey, do you remember this song? And I was like, I'm not 100% sure. And then you mentioned the fear mongering. I'm like, oh, right. But now listening to it, I remember the entire music video as we were watching this, and the statues of the children were the only ones facing the opposite direction
Yeah.
and looking up, pointing or looking at a flower or not paying attention to the rumors and the fear and the fear mongering that was all around the adults, because the adults were no longer the innocent islands because they had been tainted by all the
They're not
whispers.
thinking for themselves.
So that's really, this is a beautiful song, and I'm really glad that in the album it leads into Perfume of the Timeless.
I agree, and there's just so much hope, in my opinion, in this
Yeah.
album, and I really appreciate Tuamus and the band for doing that. So now that we're at Perfume of the Timeless, we kind of know we were pretty on point with our interpretation the first time, but overall, Perfume of the Timeless blends lyrical profundity with Nightwish's signature symphonic metal sound, creating a powerful tribute to human legacy and the enduring impact of love across time, because we did get here because your parents fought for you. That's for sure. And that's
Absolutely.
what Thomas wants you to remember. And I think that's a great thing to remember. So thank your mom and dad if you still can. Here we
What was
go.
that, 46,000 ancestors for you? 46,000 ancestors for you to be here. 2 parents, 4 grandparents,
Keeps going.
so on and so on.
Who was the first? Here we
Who
go.
was the first?
Amazing song.
We're all cousins.
We say sorta cousin where I'm from. Very cool music video accompanying this one.
Yeah. I'm loving all the pictures of all the band members.
Yeah, we got Yuka there with the kids here. Great pick for a first single.
Very good pick.
Oh, I love it. So good. God, that's such a Nightwish thing to do. This album's amazing.
It's a great album. I'm loving every song.
Every song. We don't know where they're gonna go. Obviously, we know where this one's going. This is so good. God, who else can do this? Come on. Good change of pace here too.
We are their air dust on their palm. We timeless. Last sighs on a deathbed. We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless. Last sighs of a million loves.
That song's just so incredible. The thing I was actually kind of laughing at the end there, invasive thought, I really think just took over at the end, is because it's like such a switch up from how epic and bombastic it is, and then it goes to Troy like saying really what this is about, but all I'm thinking is like perfume of the timeless.
Oh my god.
Million loves.
Wow. But yeah.
That's the invasive thing that came in. I'm like, come on now, because it's such a beautiful song, honestly, and like that might be one of my favorite sections from Nightwish is in that middle section. That's one of the first blurbs they showed of this song when they were letting everyone know about it. And yeah, what do you got to say?
I I don't know how to top that, honey.
Can't help this one. I don't feel as bad saying these things now because Ismo did reactions to Nightwish and he had fun, so I can have fun.
But no, I really love this song. It's definitely one that I love that it's 8 minutes and 11 seconds or however long the song is.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Very specific.
And
Well
it's
done.
very specific. I think I saw that written there now, and like if I see something, I can usually remember it. But I love that it's a longer song because it's one that you can really get into. It has that instrumental beginning that actually goes on for quite a while that I think really allows you to get into the lull of the perfume of the timeless.
Yes.
Because you really need to be able to have the patience to get through that instrumental.
Smell the fragrance.
And yeah, smell the fragrance, stop and smell the flowers type of idea before getting into this, because it really is such a deep poetic piece.
It is, yes.
That even when Flora comes in for singing it, she even is in a much deeper tone of her voice. It's one of the deeper songs we've heard her sing.
I agree.
Which I think is really shows like where she can be stretched, not just on her soprano side, but also getting into her baritone side. So it's really cool to like be able to hear that from her. And I like that you mentioned earlier that you're really liking the combination of Flor and Troy together when they're singing. And I agree, because they have such a different harmony than what Troy and Marco brought to the table, but it's a different harmony, but it sounds still very powerful, and I really enjoy it. And I think that was the correct decision on Tuomas's part. Instead of bringing in another male vocalist, just having Troy take over on something that Troy's already been doing as a part of the band already.
He
for
made a
such a long
giant
time.
step on this one, I would say.
Absolutely.
And his philosophy and input that way is really in the storytelling in all the songs as well. And even Yesterwynde itself is coined from Troy itself. And
absolutely.
So I really agree that Troy has added so much compliment to what Flor brings to it. And Tuomas has figured out how to stretch them the correct way in different ways. And I really think specifically Flor is really getting stretched to some of the most that I've ever seen her. And we know she didn't have much time to prepare or anything like that. No. She just had a pregnancy and she was doing this too. Absolutely. So to think how well it all came out, it's just incredible.
And I know we keep using the word stretch, and maybe it should be challenge, because it's not every single one of these band members has so much fun doing this. So it's not like it's challenging in all the best ways.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by stretch.
Yeah.
So after Perfume of the Timeless, we're going on to a song we have not done yet, and it's called Sway. The song conveys a message of resilience, urging one to sway, dance, and rise above life's challenges.
Before we get into it, something
Yeah.
I really like about the way that these songs are done for the album, and even the music video is a storybook, and the songs are really telling a story because you have Yesterwynde, that little tiny, I don't want to say little tiny, but it feels that after an 8-minute song, but
It
that
was a
little
quick intro.
quick intro that lulls you into that state of, oh, this is going to be great, like you're riding the wind, and then it brings you into the island
Ocean of
song,
Strange
the
Islands.
Ocean of Strange Islands, that's
Yeah.
then telling you and bringing you into like meeting all these people and all these different events in your life.
Yeah.
And then it brings you into
The Antikythera
Antikythera Mechanism, which is the pursuit of knowledge and being able to find the truth of like the universe and like
absolutely.
the growth that humans go through to strive for that, and be through that striving for growth of the universe, it then brings you into fear mongering and people starting to believe specific stories and sides, and having to then look back to the children, the innocent islands, to see, hey, what are the innocents doing that aren't being swayed at this point?
Yes.
And then from that, it brings you into, now remember that you are the perfume of the timeless. You're the dust, you're the air dust being brushed off the palms of the past.
Right.
So like you have to take this torch.
And of a million loves.
And a million
But
loves.
you can't get away from that one, honey.
Of a million
I read
loves.
the lyrics.
So yes, and so then now that you're the torch, the baton has been passed to you.
Yes, and that's why we're swaying our way through the tumultuousness of our awesome relationship that gets to be seen on the camera for you all, and we are going to have a great time. And I do think this is a great storytelling book, and I love everything you were saying, and even the thing about stars. It used to be the way that we story told, and then imagine when you were able to finally understand stars, that would have changed life. So let's sway away. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, this is the mood changing we needed.
Love the pick.
Child of mankind, of Yesterwynde, sway away the war in us. A grateful soul, never needed much, emanate the heavens through your touch. Sway over the mountain tops or over the swaying crops, adorn your garden with a perfect day. Sway over the discontent, ghost stories in a tent, your house lands on the which see yourself.
There's 3 cities.
It has begun
Is there?
to snow again in this perfect
Or is she layered?
I think Troy's layered.
The birds have flown, the birds have blown, where you rest your worn out wings.
They had a Wizard of Oz reference.
Tops or over the swaying crops, adorn your garden with a perfect day. Sway over the discontent, ghost stories in a tent, your house lands on the wind.
Your hand lands on the
See
witch.
yourself.
Nice.
Some stories heal and some will scar. The big reveal awaits in awe. The big reveal awaits us all. The big reveal. The big reveal awaits us all.
The big reveal, like that big moment that everyone's swaying to.
The big reveal.
feel Yuka right now.
Troy with his pipes in the background.
Sway over the mountain tops. Oh, get that dance out of you. Sway away. Over the mountain tops. Away.
Very airy.
Extremely airy. And every song already has that, like you're floating with it, but this one was definitely not floating, it was swaying. And I was hoping it was going to go into the Children of Ada, because what a perfect thing when you're swaying away to this big reveal and you're just taking life as it is. The Children of Ada sure were in an interesting predicament, as we know. And was there anything before jumping to the Children of Ada that you want to talk about with Sway?
Oh, I really loved how that song, especially because it was so much softer than than Perfume of the Timeless. Even though Perfume of the Timeless, you needed patience with it, it was still a much harder, heavier song.
Oh, of course.
And so going into Sway, it really does just, it's a perfect transition between Perfume and Children of Ada because it lulls you into that, state of sway, of
Yeah.
like moving on the wind and like just going with the flow. And it's such a very well done song, especially because there's so many little intricacies that are happening.
We got kids upstairs. They're doing really good.
So sorry, just because of all the little intricacies that are happening, like even at one time I thought I heard that Troy being layered on top of himself, or three singers that had
You
kind
thought
of
you heard
come
three, yeah.
and because there was two male vocals that were coming in at different rates at the same time,
One of the,
different
I think
pitches.
at that orchestra I mentioned Des voices, so maybe it was one of them.
Maybe it was one of the orchestra, but so it sounded really, the layering was beautiful, gave a great harmony. I really liked Floor had such an airy vocal style in this one
Yeah,
versus
delivery was
such
amazing.
a deep, strong and deep vocals that she had in not last song but the song previously, I believe it was. So like this was such a nice change that really shows more of the style that how Tuomas has really stretched everyone and pushed everyone to like these different ranges
I agree.
to make this the one of the best Nightwish albums.
I think it really is, and I really like this song and the guitar. This is a song I really want to learn myself. I can picture me on the electric acoustic learning this one completely. I actually think I might be able
that
to. So
picking at the beginning.
very looking forward to that. That's always something I'm searching for as well. So now we're gonna go into the Children of Ada, and I do remember what we originally thought the Children of Ada actually was. We thought like we all are the Children of Ada because it's from Gaia. We kind of went with that type of
Yeah.
realm. But you guys let us know in the comments what it was about. But now to let you know that we know what we're doing.
I also called it Nightwish's Moana.
Yes, but that was like everyone loved that one because people were at sea. So, The Children of Ada by Nightwish is a song that narrates the tale of a group of people stranded on the remote island of Ada for 15 months, enduring the
Crazy.
harshness of nature under an unyielding sun. The vastness of the land, isolation, and the struggle for survival weigh heavily on them, but they endure, learning to overcome despair and self-deception.
Very cool.
The song reflects on humanity's resilience, symbolized by the survivors' return home, carrying with them hope, wisdom, and the will to rebuild.
Very cool.
Yeah, after an experience like that, how could you not? If you made it, wow.
If you made it, no kidding, keep going.
We were a little off.
A
But here we
little.
go.
Just a tad.
vastness in the horizon. 15 long months under mocking sun. None through is there away from world place to us music yet unheard. We were there, we were there. Still fastness
God.
in the heartbeat.
They got such an 80s feel to this album too.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
They say that man is the foulest beast roaming the hills of self-deceit. But we came back, we came back. We are the ones to tell you why. The world of us, it will survive. Light a fire for the motorful outside Gaia. We all are the children of the time. This guitar we
I'm glad to know that guy is in the lyrics to see where we were taking that
Yeah,
from.
I definitely. But yeah, there's definitely there was mention of it, so I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, we were like, I can see our trajectory, and this song's actually really incredible. And I mentioned the 80s feel, and it's so like synthy and poppy, but like almost like a disco feel has a little bit in it there too.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's so groovy, it's so Nightwish, but it's actually unique to this album. There's a trademark sound in this album, but it's actually unique to this album.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
feel still chimes with hope. Never gave our souls to the carrion crows. Every new day we saw the sunrise. Every new day we breathed a lot of life. We were there, we're still here. We are the ones to tell you why. The world of us, it will survive. Light a fire for the beautiful outside Gaia. We all are the children of our time.
Nice. Swamp is killing it here. Yeah. See, this is trademark for them.
almost a year and a half. Almost 15 months.
Oh, yeah. A year and a quarter at least, right? Crazy. Yeah, to not turn on each other in that time. Good for them. A lot of things to remember with this album too. Always such a historian, and we love that about Tawamis and Nightwish, right?
Absolutely. We absolutely do. Because like we wouldn't have known about the children of Ata if it wasn't for Tuomas writing this song and like being the historian that he is, and then also the creative that he is, to want to be able to turn something that is just an event into a musical piece, to be able to share the history as that historian that he loves.
I really respect that, because as a music lover and someone who wants to create my own music, that's my way of wanting to do it, is an idea that gets put into music, but I never know how to put it out. And this man, as well, with the tools he has with these members, are just putting out banger after banger. We're 7 songs in, every single song feels a bit unique, yet there's a thread through it, and you're literally going through this Yesterwynde with it the whole way. So now we are at Something Whispered, Follow Me, and we have not done this one yet.
No.
So that's very exciting as well. So Something Whispered, Follow Me by Nightwish explores themes of self-discovery and the pursuit of truth. The lyrics evoke a sense of longing for deeper meaning in life, encapsulating the struggle to find one's path amid the noise of external influence.
Interesting.
Very existential, and
Yes.
that's definitely up my alley for
I
books
think
I
we've
like.
all kind of, gone through something like that at some point, especially in our like early years, going through puberty and stuff, like what our current teenager goes through, that existential, question of like guidance and needing help getting through to the next chapter.
Getting influenced by outside noises, everyone thinks they know how to
Everyone.
do it, right? So
And it doesn't stop from there, kind of
it keeps getting
keeps
ranked up.
going.
Yeah,
Doesn't get better.
No.
Those outside influences are hard.
you got that right. So here we go. Nice. Loving Andrew's picking in this one.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 songs he's already slaying there.
This feels a lot more gothic.
Yep. Andrew solo to start.
Came to be of this world. I see an open door. I
So good, right? Oh, beautiful. The pacing on this one's great. That was the most eerie song.
Very eerie. What's strange about that one is it sounds almost like lyrically it almost sounds like it's supposed to be uplifting because it's telling you, you know, like go find your own mountain, go paint a forest blue. And those are things that we've kind of been told growing up. We've all been told by parents and by teachers and by society, find your thing. You need to challenge yourself. Go get a hobby.
Find your beach.
Find your beach, find your mountain,
Yeah.
paint the town red, go paint a forest blue, whatever the saying or the cliche might be. I've even said it myself to my own kids.
I thought the go paint a forest blue was not the cliche. I thought it was the subtleness of the wrong cliche in a way.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what I think you're right with that one because that's the eeriness of this is I actually while I was listening to the song I reread the lyrics 4 times
Wow.
while
Yeah, because
listening
there's a
to
lot
the
of
song.
moments in ethereal sound space.
Yes, there were a lot of moments of ethereal sound space
Yeah.
that were happening. So I was like rereading it. I'm like, because there's something, it's gothic, there's something different, it's eerie, it seems a little bit off in a way.
It's subtle.
It's subtle, which is why it's so perfect with the title and the song being about like external influences because there is the
Yes.
external influence in this song is the eeriness of the music and almost like the juxtaposition of the lyrics, but it also fits perfectly with the eeriness because of the subtle, like the subliminal and the subtle messaging of outside influences that's being
life.
played through it, and that is life.
And that's the whole point of every chapter in this
Yeah.
album. It's trying to show you what life is, and like that might sound interesting as go build a treehouse underground, but that doesn't even work. So that's just like there's no point to that. There's no meaning to that, and we're trying to find meaning, and that's the go find your mountain is meaning. But then it's led
Absolutely.
into some bad things, and even the title itself, something whispered, "Follow me," doesn't even sound like a correct statement.
Yeah.
Even
It's
you
something
know?
whispered. It's like, here, let me tell you a secret. This is the secret that's gonna
Yeah.
get you through everything. Let's whisper it. Now follow me because the secret is gonna be the key to your life. So that's what I'm
Yes.
getting from that title. I also love when you said that it makes no sense. Like you can't build a treehouse underground. And then I'm the one and I was thinking, yeah, you can. There's places I could show you
I'm
one.
sure you could. I'm
But
sure
then
you
at the
could.
same time, I'm like, but a graveyard with a view, that doesn't make sense. You're dead, right? Like, so it's really funny how Tuomas put in those two genius lines right there, especially for us, where you're like, the first line, you're like, I get it. And I'm like, wait a second, semantics. But then get it at that second line. So it's really cool that he puts in such an amazing effort to also with his wordplay and to get those messages across in such a subtle way.
So much wordplay, and like researching this album, he got lost for 3 years making this, you know, and he had a great time. And again, you can just really see it in the different types of storytelling. Even though there's a theme that's amongst this, it's still such a different story that's just bringing the same themes.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited for this one. This one is called Spider Silk, and y'all have been in the comments saying how much we're gonna love this one. So let's just get right into it after finding out what it's a little about. So Spider Silk by Nightwish explores themes of creation, destruction, and the why can't I say that? And the cyclical, yeah, okay. And the cyclical nature of life through the metaphor of a spider. The lyrics paint a vivid picture of the artistry and savagery involved in weaving one's destiny while also hinting at the darker aspects of existence. I love that. Yeah, because creation and destruction's all within itself, order and chaos, as we all know.
Sure is.
And though it's beautiful, that spider web, if you get caught in it, uh-oh.
Trapped.
You're trapped.
I have a spider meet someone like me who just wrecks the web. When I was a kid, I was awful. Poor spiders. Then they have to put in that much effort to rebuild a new web.
And like the end of the lyrics here, spin away for that spider. Here we go.
Spin away.
Here we go.
That was a horrible shot.
That's okay, honey. Our kids are only karma for that now. Eerie Gothic continuation.
Yeah, I love it. I love the spider watermark in the corner.
Good eye. Did you weave? These lyrics are already getting to me.
The keyboard on this is phenomenal.
They like a rock vibe to a lot of their songs now too.
Yeah.
What did you weave during the moonlight hours? Did you create, or did you wait and trap the other with light? Sucking him dry.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
Get that little cross on your back.
Giving me freaking Black Widow vibes.
In a haystack, a laboring beast, ready to feast. Run away, the delicate silver silk of your web. Oh, your masterpiece, cut the thread. Once you're done with the newly dead, and we will new one.
God, that intro was sick.
Spider silk, a golden unsung wonders, motionless. She looks for stolen moments, spinning away. A mystery play. Emotionless, she picks her life in waiting, cutting the yarn, another death creating. Spider silk, a beautiful spin. Spin away the delicate silver silk of your wear.
Needed Troy there, actually.
Cut the thread, and weave a new the delicate silver silk of your wear. On your masterpiece, cut the thread. One so far from a newly dead, and weave a new one. Spin away the delicate silver silk.
Getting goosebumps on.
I am.
Oh, I want to listen to that one again.
Love that muted piano behind the distortion.
Yeah. Ding. Wow. This is a masterpiece. What a tasty song.
Very tasty.
What a metaphor that they just have there to think really what the spider's doing, and really the beginning lyrics there. What did you weave during the moonlight hours? Did you create, or did you wait and trap the unaware fly, sucking him dry? And then it drops into that incredible moment, and it never stops, and then it does stop towards the end there, and it's also such a thinking song. But the thing I love about Nightwish, and I might be the same for you, they might be the best band at embodying the song title.
They really are.
That's also
They
why the
really are.
Islander was such a big one for us and all
yeah.
that. And
Because it really brought us home to being Islanders. The thing about this song that I'm really catching, the biggest lyric that really stood out for me, is a laboring beast ready to feast. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we're not too different from a spider or any beast if you just think about it that way.
Right.
A laboring beast ready to feast. And so,
Absolutely.
like, this spider is spin away, spinning their silk to then be able to get their meal and then work again the next day.
Yeah.
Because a couple things I know about spiders is they actually remake their web, I think, every night.
Do they? Okay.
Some of them do. They
Right.
respin a new web every night.
Okay.
Because once it's in one location, they have to like keep moving the locations. And so it's really cool, like spinning at moonlight, because they're always spinning at night and then always laboring. So it's just really cool seeing how they've really interconnected that.
Absolutely. And like a spider is already just like in your bones of what it does, but then if you take away the spider and it's just about what humans can do, even the plots that we can silk ourselves. Okay, so that one was incredible. I can see why you guys were excited for us to check that one because of that amazing drop. Honestly, their transitions are just so next level, and that's what separates Nightwish from all the bands I had heard before this channel. So here we go. We're on Hiraeth, I think is how you would announce that. So now, where the song Hiraeth by Nightwish explores deep themes of longing, nostalgia, and the sense of belonging that transcends the physical and emotional landscapes of our lives. The term Hiraeth itself is a Welsh word often described as a complex feeling of missing home or a deep longing for something lost that may never return. That is some despair and some interesting words, and that sounds like a word that was made almost like Yesterwynde was made for that feeling, and very cool to bring in a word from a Welsh that now we get a whole story from.
Absolutely. Very cool. And it's also really cool too that this is an actual word for an actual feeling, not just a dictionary of strange sorrows kind of creation.
Yeah.
Because there are oftentimes, if you look at the English language, for example, we have taken so many different words from so many different languages. English really
Yes.
is an amalgamation of every language in a trench coat.
You
And
got that right.
so it's really cool that Thomas has gone out and found a language that had a word that he was able to then make this discerning type of song, kind of how
Fits in the theme and all
fit that
too.
theme to be able to explain something that he couldn't perhaps couldn't explain in his own language.
It's like nostalgia that you can't get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is a
Nostalgia
rough one.
you can't get.
Yeah. Here we go. God, just amazing picking in this album.
Sound cool.
Yeah, better be.
Hiraeth.
Oh, Hiraeth. Thanks. Love it. Listen to this all day.
Keva Gitavi Ger Nante Buid Beneath a cathedral of trees cloud high stepping.
Troy was singing interesting there. That was incredible.
That was. I wasn't even
Deep.
sure if he was speaking English for a second.
I was experiencing that too. I wanted to make sure, like,
Yeah.
were you experiencing that? It almost sounded like a different language, and then
It
all of a sudden
did.
it blended into the lyrics, and then you could tell where you were at.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went
happened
through.
to you too.
And then I'm like, that's when I was like, also kind of like, what is going on? You grab me, and I'm like, very well done.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so happy with all the guitar picking on this.
Yeah.
Out of you.
Never ending, longing for the what ifs, for a home that once was, for a ghost of lullaby, ever tending, water in the dead fields, living with a hot wheel, tear the blue from shining eyes.
Yeah. This picking is the feeling of Hiraeth.
In Gurus and the
It is a different language.
Heresy, a beast still roams these hills.
Is he speaking like reverse there?
Long to belong.
Well, I need to hear that one more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
Beast still roams these
No, go
hills.
back further.
Thank you.
In Gurus and the Heresy, a beast still roams
It sounds like Gaelic.
these hills.
Or Welsh?
Yeah, or Welsh.
Probably Welsh.
Yeah, probably Welsh.
Let's think smart.
Nights filled with light we don't see.
It's cool. You can notice it. It's amazing.
Longing for the waters, for a home that once was, for a ghost love lullaby, ever tending, watering the dead fields, living with a heart will, tear the
Always feels like you're at a campfire when the two of them are singing.
It does.
You know?
Campfire of Gaia.
Here we go. Every time goes another level.
never ending, longing for the waters.
Something I didn't really think about here, and y'all can let us know. I'm always forgetting how much Troy probably is doing a lot of the guitar picking, even sometimes, because he does. He was
Yeah.
attributed to guitar as well. So I think a
Very
lot of
true.
these different instruments kind of are coming in. Could be
Could be
Troy
Troy.
sometimes. So I think that's also awesome because he's just that person you can bring to any team that he's just gonna perform for you, and they're like, wait, you can do that too. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very cool ending.
And pretty interesting last two lyrics here: bleeding birds singing songs, nights filled with light we don't see. And knowing what Hiraeth means, that's really an interesting way to end that, because in a album full of hope, this is probably the song that for me gave me the most despair, even
Melancholy.
melancholy. I would absolutely. So that, and it's just another emotion evoking too. And this is just such a pondering album itself. So even though it is heavier, and you can see in all the reviews that everyone says it's heavier, I still feel the ponderingness that you sometimes, maybe on a second listen, will then start listening to maybe the music on the heavier side, but the lyrics and the thoughts are so thought provoking that I'm getting lost with the storytelling so much.
Absolutely. And I think that it's perfect that we have in an album that's so hopeful, there has to be a song that invokes a feeling of melancholy or despair.
Yeah.
Because in life, you can't feel hopeful, you can't have those joyous moments if you don't also have the melancholy and the despair, because you can't fully experience one without the other.
No, you really
And
can.
you, so it's, or really know how good one is without knowing the bad of the other. And so it's really interesting that Hiraeth was um the emotion, or the that provoked this song, because that is, I think, the emotion that a lot of us are trying to be able to explain what we're going through in these moments of like of despair that can't be helped, the silent tears kind of moments.
A passed away loved one or
A
something
passed
like
away
that.
loved one,
Yeah.
you know,
Missed
a
opportunity
missed
that won't come.
opportunity,
Yeah.
a choice that was made, and or the fork in the road, and you made that wrong path,
Absolutely.
right? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that is a perfect way to I think express that feeling that we all are kind of going through. And I think a lot of people are going through that a lot more right now than
Very self-aware of it
it's a
too.
very are very self-aware of that emotion now, compared to
With all the accessibility.
with all this accessibility, and with everything that we've all collectively gone through in the last decade.
Very true.
It's been a very Hiraeth kind of a past half decade or decade,
We're in a lot of deep longing,
a
isn't
deep
there?
longing for as a global community. So this has been a really good song, I think, that really allows people to kind of express that existentialism in a correct way, and then also be able to put a word to it.
I agree, and that's what Tawamis and Nightwish do best, and we only have 2 songs left. We have not done this one, so this is the last song that we have not actually reacted to yet, and it is called The Weave.
The Weave.
Tawamis said that the song is meant to portray the life of a person from birth to death.
Oh.
So that's interesting, after that feeling of missing something, and then at the end, when you're probably in your deathbed, you start thinking about your life, and all the things will pass
Yeah.
by, you know? That's at least what I'm thinking, and maybe it won't go that way, but like it's just such an interesting way how much every song probably can stand alone, but how much more each one really does help each other. And do yourself a favor, listen to this from start to finish without all
Absolutely.
the stops and all that as well. And we do appreciate you being all the way here. And if you made it this far, thank you so much.
Yes.
And definitely hit that like button so we know you did have a good time with us, and comment down below if you want us to check out some of those Ismo reactions, because I think that would be really fun when we haven't
Yeah, I
done that
love
yet
it.
too.
He's great.
So now we're jumping into The Weave.
The Weave.
The Weave. Yep, see? Weaving again. Boom.
I like that
The
intro.
light's weaving. Light traveling. Oh, here we go. Did you hear the drums?
Yeah, that was amazing.
These double bass.
First love, language of the unheard. Old ghosts dancing to a new birth. Knit from souls vanished long gone into one reaper sideshow. First step, open gates to homesteads. Last thought innocent
section.
Ten spring sirens meeting nightscapes. Passion of the young echoes away.
Ooh, French horn.
Beautiful, right? Ooh. Yes. Yes, and oh, what a sick.
Myriad songs
Wait, can you not hear me?
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I was too into the music, so I just smiled.
Who gives a shit about what I'm saying? I don't know if any of y'all have noticed this, but the beginning part, life and death, this song's about, and the lyrics here, as I'm noticing from start to finish, on the one side is in reverse on the other side.
Oh my goodness, I didn't notice that until you pointed it out.
So hopefully y'all noticed that too. I'm sure many of you noticed that before, but I think that's really cool and just another layer of his complexity that you could miss if you're not really paying attention. And it's so much more layered, and that's why he's like a book that you need to come back to and find all these hidden gems that I'm sure people will find in like 10 years later. Like, oh, did you see he actually meant that? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no
incredible.
kidding. It is incredible.
Going everywhere. Stretch it down.
Wow. She held that so long.
One more time.
Wow.
Another floorgasm, and there was many. How many floorgasms did y'all have yourself? Oh man.
What is really cool about that song too is I love how she started the song with and then ended it. Yeah, exactly, just belting. So like
That's death,
that's
because you're
death.
returning back.
Exactly.
And what a way, because that's the thing, right?
Death wearing what did it say? Wearing death's the Reaper's slideshow, woven of the souls of the past, and the old souls waiting to be reborn.
Yeah, basically, right? First
So
cry, language of the unheard.
exactly.
Light. Wow.
Light. I love how he says first cry language of the unheard, because it's really funny. I was in Winners, which is just a clothing store here in Canada.
Yep.
And Ollie kept saying something over and over again, and there was a Ukrainian woman behind me, and she let me know that what he was saying actually means "my God" in Ukrainian. So that was really funny.
It's like
And
kids
but
babble.
he's like not even 2 yet, so he doesn't know what he's saying. But at the same time, when you are of that age and you're learning how to speak, you actually speak every language, because you're learning how to
Then you have to hone it.
communicate. You have to hone it on the specifics.
Yeah.
That's why children are able to learn be
They can learn any of them.
bilingual and learn any language and learn multiple languages at a very young age.
Absolutely, which just makes us incredible creatures, and this is an incredible album. And that's also what he's trying to say is our humans have a right to feel happy about what we do, and there's instances like the Children of Ada where we can think about what humans have done good. Sometimes maybe with Spider Silk we're maybe not feeling the best if we're luring people into our traps, but that is what people are, especially when people are trying to fearmonger you and all that stuff. So there's just so many things you can talk about with this album, which is just so fun. They all blend together, and it finishes perfectly here with Lanternlight.
Yes, Lanternlight.
And Lanternlight by Nightwish is a captivating exploration of themes such as memory, loss, nature, and the passage of time. The song paints a vivid picture of transitioning from darkness into light, drawing on imagery that evokes both nostalgia and a sense of hope. And
Very
another
cool.
perfect transition from the Weave. They are masters at what they do, and we're thankful for them.
They really are, and I really like how I just want to say before
of
we get
course.
into this,
Yep.
I believe The Weave and then Lanternlight are the only 2 songs in this music video that actually have something on top of the book, in this case the chain that then goes into the pocket watch.
I
I
agree.
don't
I
think that's
all I saw
on the
too.
previous I don't think that's on the previous page or any before it.
Another good eye. There you go.
Gone is the hurt, the weight. Gone is the warmth of day. A stray boat saved happy memories engraved. Oh, into a velvety night beneath the lanternlight. Last night brought the heaviest of snows, melting the songs of old.
I love this song.
Tie in the boat, ride a new one soon, sending me to the drowning moon, far above the lanternlight.
Yeah. Good mood change. God, come on. Oh, and it ends like that too. Would transition perfectly to the beginning again.
Can we listen to this album on repeat?
We will.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets, and it.
Wow.
The ending feeling with Lanternlight is go to the ones that you can love, and especially the ones that maybe are closer towards the Lanternlight, you know?
Yeah.
And it's really interesting how even Lanternlight was said, like the Lanternlight is the moss under your feet, and just like it's just energy and all that together, you know? And wow, they just wind it all together perfectly at the end and the beginning, and what an experience. I can't believe it took us almost 4 months to actually sit down and do it
Yeah.
from start to finish, but we finally had the time. We're here, we did it. So incredible. I don't know what else to add other than just the spectacular time that I had to dive into every song, to know their love for their craft, but also their love for humanity and history and everything else and the science and all that stuff, and they blend it all together. I just think that's just incredible that they're able to do it. This trilogy feels completed with that. It really does. So I'm also looking forward to Nightwish's path moving forward, knowing that they are with Nuclear Blast and they're going to keep pushing a different potential theme moving forward, which is only going to bring out new type of songs and sounds, you know.
Absolutely. I have to agree with all of that. I don't really know what more to say about this album other than how amazing it was. This really did complete that trilogy of this concept of humanity and being able to like reconnect with one another, especially like with everything that we've been doing going through the um 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 interviews as well as these album reactions, and really seeing how Tuamas brings everyone from Nightwish into the creative process of going out
Oh,
to
totally.
the
The band
secluded
camps.
place, the band camps,
Oh, when they made
getting
this
into
there.
nature, being able to just be together as this community, writing these songs, playing the music to, well, he writes all the songs in seclusion, but then getting together and write and being able to play together and put and make this such a beautiful piece in nature where they're
Yes.
connected and grounded in such a way. There's something about being secluded in the world around us into that natural space that really brings out an artistry and a abstract brilliance that you can only really get when you're in that seclusion. And that's something that I
Totally,
have
totally.
really seen play through as a total theme through all three of these albums that we've watched and all the interviews that we've been going through, getting to learn Nightwish as a band, as their creative process, and
Absolutely.
how they've created such a masterpiece like what we just experienced today.
It must have been so fulfilling for them. They have the making of documentary for this whole album as
Hmm.
well, and they had brought it out all in parts before. But now I noticed that a month ago they have all the parts together in one of those as
Wow,
well. So
very
maybe
cool.
y'all can let us know if you want to see some of that reaction as well from start to finish, which I think would be cool. Now it's all together, and the theme really was completed with Endless Forms Most Beautiful. We think of the intro of how we come together, and then we eventually come into humanity with human nature, but then we get
Yeah.
evolved into the history, and then that's kind of what I think Yesterwynde was mainly about, was humans history itself and what we have to go through. So it felt really personal, and this one was
Very
really amazing for
personal.
that. It was amazing medicine for that reason too. So if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it a 9, and that's the first time listening to that. And I know coming back to it without the dissection that we did, and that getting to just sit down and listen to it with my eyes closed in the car and all that, hopefully I'm not driving, then I'm really excited for that experience too. So we hope you had a good time with us, and if you did, please again hit that like button to let us know. Comment down below which way you want to see us down the Nightwish rabbit hole, and we are now exiting the Chronics rabbit hole.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. This was such a treat. I'm so excited that we finally got to Yesterwynde and we were
Yes.
able to react to this entire album with you guys. It definitely is a heavy hitter on an emotional front. There are some very heavy songs in here that still play so smoothly throughout, so that even
The
at
weaving spider
the
silk for
weaving
me.
spider, exactly. So like this is such a great masterpiece that has been put out by Nightwish once again, and I can't wait to see what else they have in store for us and what you guys have in store for us in the future going down our Nightwish rabbit hole journey. I am so excited. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care and bye for now.
You made it to the end of the video. I want to say a special thanks to all of our members who've been supporting us for all of these years. And if you would like to get in a special request or support us, you can with our YouTube, Patreon, or Buy Me a Coffee memberships. Like to support the artist you just heard? Go up here.
Be like Slappy.